Hi, my name is Kristen Villar, and this is my final project presentation with a volunteer database on the Lutheran Early Response Team, or L.E.R.T. The Lutheran Early Response Team was formed because volunteers across the United States wanted to help during disasters but did not have an outlet to do so. Volunteers are required to take a basic training course to begin and can take subsequent specialized training afterwards. Because the volunteers in L.E.R.T. are well prepared, they are respected and effective in assisting in many situations. L.E.R.T. volunteers respond to immediate and long-term needs after natural or man-made disasters like wildfires, earthquakes, or a train derailment. If the need is not within the local district, volunteers connect with a local church in the area of the disaster and are placed accordingly in the field. Showing up unannounced at a disaster location only makes it more difficult for the personnel in charge to handle not only the persons affected by the disaster, but also the unasked for volunteers. L.E.R.T. does not send volunteers until the need is assessed and the people with the proper training are located to deploy. Because L.E.R.T. is a faith-based volunteer group, they often focus on helping the local church's pastors and members first before entering the rest of the community. L.E.R.T. volunteers are not first responders. They are not firefighters, police, or paramedics. L.E.R.T. volunteers are typically helpful in the relief efforts after the disaster area is pronounced safe by the local law enforcement, village, or governing body. Volunteers help with food and water distribution, shelter accommodations, cleanup, debris removal, basic repairs, and property protection. Trinity Lutheran Church in Roselle has an active L.E.R.T. group. Members have training in chainsaw safety, debris removal, flood cleanup, muck out, and tarping and patching. Some of our members went to Houston after the hurricanes and helped with muck and gutting structures that had been flooded. While we do respond to natural disasters when possible, we also keep in touch with our local community by meeting small, everyday needs. Services we have provided in the past include lawn care, carpet cleaning, painting, and hoarding cleanup. We also partnered with St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Schaumburg in July of 2017 to help residents in need of chainsaw work after the significant windstorm and microburst. The volunteer database I created will help to organize volunteers and the jobs we need to accomplish. The first table in the diagram is the volunteer table. It has the basic information on the volunteers, such as their name, address, phone number, email address, and their basic training date. The volunteer skills table helps to identify each person's skill set. The skills table provides a description of these skills. Typically, our volunteers have certain days they can and cannot volunteer. Many in our group are retired, but have busy schedules already full of recurring volunteer commitments. The day and availability tables provide information on when each volunteer is available on a regular basis. The job table has all of the information about a specific task that has been requested of our group. A description of the work to be performed, the location, date, start and end time, and the number of volunteers needed to complete the task. Connected to that is the tools table. We have a trailer with many tools on it that can be borrowed. We have snowblowers in a storage unit, and personal tools that people are willing to loan out as well. The tools table identifies what tools we have, while the tools needed table specifically calls out the tools needed for each specific job. Some jobs require a set of skills such as painting or chainsawing. Volunteers provide a list of their talents, and these are also matched to the jobs as needed. The form that I've created is for a staff member to enter new volunteers into the database. It makes the entry process simple and fast and ensures that no data is missed. The report that I created is for checking on the basic training data of the volunteers. Each person should repeat the basic training every 3 years to stay current. This next slide shows examples of past projects we completed locally. The top left was a chainsaw crew from the microburst cleanup in 2017. The gardening pictures were from helping an elderly church member to clean up her gardens in the summer. The bottom photo was from a tree removal for a family with financial hardships. A few of our members spent a week in Houston removing damaged drywall and materials from flooded homes after the water had receded. It was grueling work in the hot, humid conditions, and the homeowners that were helped were incredibly grateful for the efforts of all the volunteers that came. This last slide is a verse in the L.E.R.T. Basic Training Manual that is a reminder to the volunteers that we are God's hands and feet and that it is our actions that define us. Not simply by saying words of kindness, though reassurance and listening are important, but being present to do the work and show the love of Jesus Christ through our acts.